Today I'll discuss 5 reasons that you should still study in USA in 2026 as a parent and student that no other country can offer, and it is USA against the world. USA has the highest number of universities located anywhere in the world. Because of the density of the academic population in USA, you get the best universities, best research opportunities, and there is one university for everybody. For people who want the brand name, there are Ivy Leagues. For people who want the ROI, there are public universities. For people who want the brand name but did not get into the Ivy Leagues, there are top universities like Duke, like NYU, there's universities like Georgia Tech. High scholarships are also available and high job placements are also available. So the kind of diversity in the kind of universities you get in the US is the maximum. For say, USA has 5,900 universities, but UK in general just has 300 universities. If you compare it by number, it is some multiple times of universities it has. It does not need global ranking because in itself, if they go and rank, there are 6,000 universities in the US. So university options are the highest in the US, and there is one university for every field. If you go for tech, there are top universities. If you go for biosciences, there are colleges like Johns Hopkins. If you go for tech, there are colleges like Cornell. So one country that covers every possible profession is there in USA. So choosing college options is not a task in USA. When you go for the research options, the R&D budgets in the US are the highest. They even allocate up to $3 to $5 trillion for their R&D budget every year. $3 to $5 trillion is one developing country's economy, something like India. So the R&D budgets for colleges, R&D budgets for patents, the exposure that you get as a student is one of the highest in the US. There are positions like research assistant or teaching assistant, also known as RA or a TA, available in the US that give you an opportunity to work on ongoing research with the government, with the national labs, and with the colleges itself. So if you're looking for research exposure, then again USA is beyond comparison from any other countries like UK, Canada, or Australia when it comes to general. The third point that I would like to discuss is the flexibility. The flexibility in the US is again top notch. After the first year, you can choose to move the course and transfer your credits, that is also fine. You can choose to shift the college in the second year, that is also fine. You can choose the entire new major, that is also fine. You can modify your major middle way by choosing the courses, that is also fine. You only need 120 credits, and for that they are giving you 139 course options to 150 course options just to complete 12 or 15 credits. So the credit based system makes it very flexible, transferable. You as a student are kept on the priority and you can choose anything you want to. 1 year you can be studying into Stanford, second year you can plan to choose to take a transfer into Harvard. This kind of flexibility is not available in UK, Ireland, Singapore, Australia. They bound you to one college, and shifting the college affects your visa situation, but in US you are given the visa by the government, not by the college, and this fundamentally changes your flexibility as a student. So if you want to keep all the doors open, then USA becomes one of the best flexible locations for students in 2026 or in general as well. Networking opportunities. Now, the economy of the US is one of the highest in the world. It is 33 to 35 trillion dollars depending on how you value it. The kind of opportunities for networking you find, there are companies like Amazon, Microsoft, there are companies like Google, Meta, OpenAI, Nvidia. These companies have a valuation of $4 trillion, $5 trillion as an organization. So when you get to sit with people as such who are working in such companies, who are on the top of the innovation game in the world in 2026, in my opinion, the kind of networking and exposure that you get in the US, that is unparalleled. And USA is the only experience in the world that is considered to be global in nature, because there are people coming in from 150 countries. And if you talk about India till last year, if there were 8 lakh students going, 4 lakh out of them were going to the US. And in the entire world, if there are 100 students going, US is hosting up to 20% of students in the entire world. So it is a hub from all countries in the world. It is a hub for top companies in the world. It is a hub for top colleges in the world. And when everything meets at one place, then you see the best networking opportunities. You would even know that US gives visas like EB1A, O1 visa to attract the best research talent to them as well. So US is not US because of the politics. US is US because of the kind of people and the networking that you get there as an economy. So networking opportunities are the best in the US, and if you are in the top colleges in the US, you can go and build your career anywhere in the world because of the exposure and networking opportunities that you're getting in the US. My fifth and the final point is the opportunities and jobs per person. If you compare, or people somehow, the consultants are just jumped to the idea of let's do Germany, let's do Europe, let's do colleges that have nobody heard about. But if you compare by job generation perspective, if Europe, including 56 countries, generate 100 jobs in a year, US has the capacity to generate those 100 jobs in a month. So Europe will take 12 years to generate enough number of jobs to, so to say, compete with US for 1 year. Now, if you are trying new locations, new destinations that are not tried, not tested, have not proven results, have just come up in 2-3 years, have never heard of, do you really think it is just about the money when you are taking a choice of, so to say, sending your child or studying? Yes, it has its own cons when you send a child to the US, safety being one of them, immigration being second. But if it's properly planned and mapped out, I still believe that the kind of opportunities that US has to offer, there is no other country that does that. Additionally, 2026 has been a turmoil for everybody in all the countries, be it US, be it UK, be it Canada, be it Australia, be it Dubai as well. So when it comes to choosing a country in 2026, what my belief says is you take different countries as well when you are taking things into account. So for say, if a student comes to me today, I tell him you apply to the US, but do not ignore UK top colleges, you do not ignore Canada top colleges, you do not ignore Australia top colleges, and rather go for the quality of education than just the country. Because if there is a war, if the visa situation goes bad, you as a student and parent, as a family, should not suffer because of an ego tussle of politicians, if I would put it that way. So in order to keep yourself safe, just keep your options open, keep your mind open, but do not compromise on two things. One is quality of education. Another thing that you need to primarily take care about is what your long-term goal is. If you want to go from A to B, you can't start from A to C or A to D, you will never reach B. So the clarity of what you want from your degree, if it's primarily there, that it can be achieved in any country, but being aimless, goalless, I will go there and see, I will figure out when it happens, sorry, but you will be too late for that. So start at least 12 to 18 months early, decide of what the requirements are, decide if US is right for you or not. Are you okay with that kind of a pace? Is the country offering you what you are looking for? But all these 5 points that I mentioned in the video are something that are the best in the US. It has its cons, but you need to evaluate wisely because it will define how your life looks like the next 5 to 10 years. That's it from my side for this video. Thank you so much, and I hope you like it.